welcome to this 8th class chemistry video lesson. So continuing chapter language of chemistry, today we are going to study about the significance of a chemical equation or information gathered from a chemical equation. A chemical equation conveys qualitative as well as quantitative information about the reaction. First of all, it gives the symbols of elements and formulae of compounds as reactants and products. It also represents the names of substances taking part in a reaction, that is reactants, and the substances formed, that is products. A chemical equation also represents the number of atoms and molecules of reactants and products involved in the chemical reaction. A chemical equation gives the ratio of the number of molecules of reactants and products. It also gives the ratio of the masses of reactants and products. For example, consider this reaction which is written as N2 plus 3H2 gives 2NH3. From the formula written in this chemical equation, it is clear that nitrogen molecule reacts with hydrogen molecule to form ammonia. It also tells us that 2 atoms of nitrogen combine with 6 atoms of hydrogen to form 2 molecules of ammonia. This chemical equation also represents the number of molecules of reactants and products. Here, 1 molecule of nitrogen reacts with 3 molecules of hydrogen to form 2 molecules of ammonia. The number or coefficient written before a molecular formula represents the number of molecules. From the molecular formula, we can know about the molecular mass of the substance. So it is also clear here that 28 grams of nitrogen combine with 6 grams of hydrogen to form 34 grams of ammonia. From the coefficients in front of the formulae of the reactants and products, it is also clear that 1 volume of nitrogen combines with 3 volumes of hydrogen to form 2 volumes of ammonia. Now consider this reaction which is written as 4Fe plus 3O2 gives 2Fe2O3. This equation represents that iron reacts with the oxygen molecule to form ferric oxide. During this reaction, 4 atoms of iron combine with 6 atoms of oxygen molecule to form 2 molecules of ferric oxide. This chemical equation also conveys that 4 molecules of iron reacts with 3 molecules of oxygen molecule to form 2 molecules of ferric oxide. The mass of 1 atom of iron is approximately 56 units. So the mass of 4 atoms of iron will be 56 multiplied by 4 equal to 224 units. Similarly, the atomic mass of oxygen is 16 units. So the mass of 6 atoms of oxygen will be 16 multiplied by 6 equal to 96 units. In this reaction on the product side, we have 2Fe2O3, in which we have 4 atoms of iron and 6 atoms of oxygen. So the mass of the product is equal to 56 multiplied by 4 plus 16 multiplied by 6 equal to 320 units. So this chemical equation represents that 224 grams of iron combined with 96 grams of oxygen to form 320 grams of ferric oxide. From the information given by a balanced chemical equation, we can also calculate the amount of reactant required to produce a particular amount of product or the amount of product which will be formed by a particular amount of reactant. This can be understood with some examples. For example, it represents calcium carbonate decomposes to form calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. And here we have to calculate the mass of the calcium oxide produced when 250 grams of calcium carbonate is heated. For this, calculate the mass of each reactant and product involved in the balanced chemical equation. It is clear here that 100 grams of calcium carbonate produces 56 grams of calcium oxide. Therefore, 250 grams of calcium carbonate will produce 56 divided by 100 multiplied by 250, that is 140 grams of calcium oxide. Now let us calculate that how much of calcium carbonate is required to produce 112 gram of calcium oxide. As we did earlier, firstly we must know the mass of the reactants and products involved in the reaction. So firstly calculate the mass of each reactant and product in the reaction. It indicates that 56 grams of calcium oxide is produced from 100 grams of calcium carbonate. Therefore, we can calculate that 112 grams of calcium oxide is produced from 100 divided by 56 multiply by 112 grams of calcium carbonate, which is equal to 200 grams of calcium carbonate. Now consider the reaction of iron with sulfur to produce iron sulfide. We have to find the ratio in which iron and sulfur combine to form iron sulfide. For this, firstly we must know the mass of iron and sulfur involved in this reaction from the balanced chemical equation. The balanced chemical equation indicates that there is only one atom of iron involved in the reaction. So we'll take the atomic mass of iron, which is equal to 56 units. And there is only one atom of sulfur involved in the chemical reaction. So we'll take the atomic mass of sulfur, which is equal to 32 units. So the ratio of masses is equal to 56 ratio 32, which comes out to be equal to 7 ratio 4. Now use this ratio to find how much iron should be used to obtain 17.6 grams of iron sulfide. For this, firstly we will take out the sum of the digits of ratio. The digits of ratio are 7 and 4. So the sum of 7 and 4 is equal to 11. So we can say that 11 grams of iron sulfide is obtained from 7 grams of iron. Therefore, 17.6 grams of iron sulfide will be obtained from 7 divided by 11 multiplied by 17.6, which is equal to 11.2 grams of iron.